All right, let's bring in now Sky News host Liz Storer and contributor Joe Hildebrand. I hope that last
I think I'm across your position. I think I'm across your position.
Would Joe...
It's not a great look, is it?
This is hypocrisy, and both of them pretend to care about the environment. They want everyone else to pay for the environment, but not themselves.
Yeah, look, I think, as usual, I'm going to disappoint everyone by sort of coming in somewhere in the middle here. Hear me out. I think, look, there is an argument, you know, a Prime Minister's time is precious. We don't expect them to drive or take the bus like the rest of us, and they do have to get to places faster.
A commercial flight is $208
to Newcastle.
$208.
I saw Bridget McKenzie who said that is absurd. Newcastle and Scone are a 2-hour drive away. You might as well not take a plane at all if you're going to fly to Newcastle and then get in the car for 2 hours.
But you mean to tell me there wasn't a more affordable option between private jets and some sort of commercial arrangement?
The PM has Air Force One. He has his own jet. So unless you're calling for that to be taken away, because the PM
One,
has to,
by the way, Toto One.
The PM has to take an Uber everywhere.
Everyone else has to queue up in airport queues, but the Prime Minister is so out of touch.
He's the leader of the country. He's not like everyone else.
Everyone's busy.
Having said that, taking two, you know, as Lady Bracknell said, you know, or to paraphrase her perhaps, to take one private jet may be necessary, but to take two looks like carelessness. And why you wouldn't, I mean, the Prime Minister's security detail, I'm pretty sure I'm not giving away any national security details, is not 14 protective services officers. So I cannot for the life of me understand why they couldn't have got everyone on one private jet, or indeed some of the other staffers, you know, could have gone a slower way, just so you didn't have that awful, awful image. I mean, anyone who knows anything about this issue knows that climate change and private jets do not go together. Every time Prince Harry jumps on one, every time they all rock into Davos, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible look. And frankly, for two smart men, they should have known better.
Liz Storer?
Especially when you're going there to say, and this is what he said after his energy minister and himself flew there on two separate private jets, it is not negotiable. It is necessary. Talking about net zero. I mean, do me a favour, mate. I love these kind of stories because it shows up the complete hypocrisy. You just go, oh, well, clearly the emergency's over, if there ever was one, because they want everyone else to believe that there's an emergency and everything matters. Every minute detail of your life now matters, and we will dictate to you what your emissions footprint is and all this nonsense while they jet around like it doesn't matter. Also, how tone deaf can you be in the middle of a cost of living crisis, splurging $100,000 of taxpayer money, hard-earned dollars by you and I and everybody else out there? The median wage in this country is just $65K. That's more than most people ever hope to earn in a year. And you just splurged it on having your staffers and all your security guys pack into two jets. It is completely inexcusable. How much respect would these men garner if they actually took the low road, if they had done this presser, not out in the Hunter Valley, but in Canberra? And if anyone wanted explanations for that, they could simply say, we are saving the taxpayer money. Because when I ran an organisation that was completely donor funded, I behaved like it. I didn't catch business class. I respected the fact that every single dime I wasn't earning, it was off the backs of people who believed in the cause. And when every single cent you're spending is taxpayer money, why don't you show us the respect that we deserve while you're spending the money that we've earned? It's disgusting.
I mean, a lot of people talk about, no one more so than Anthony Albanese himself talks about his humble upbringings. And it is an incredible story, but he has been in politics for more than 2 decades now, and nothing shows that he's become more out of touch than something like this, where they don't give a second thought about taking 2 private jets, massive waste of money. Joe?
Yeah, I think clearly their brains just weren't functioning properly.
They're just used to the lifestyle of private jets.
That's right. I don't think they thought, let's just take all the private jets we can.
No, they
just didn't think. And look, again, the Prime Minister is always going to have special travel, special accommodation.
They just didn't think. They talk about nothing else but the climate emergency and making ridiculous policies that everybody else has to bleed out of every orifice to afford, Joe. So you can't say, they just weren't thinking.
But the PM has also taken ownership of that electric vehicle program and brought it down so that it doesn't.
The electric vehicle program is actually the least of our problems. What they have done to the energy prices in this country in the name of their green dream is abhorrent.